All right. And we have made it, folks. Tarot Playdate number 78. It is so amazing and awesome to see how many of you are here in the chat and how many of you have been here waiting for this to start. Okay, I brought a Kleenex, but I will not get emotional. She says at the very beginning of Tarot Playdate. Anyway, I just want to say a big hello and warm welcome to everybody that I can see in the chat. So hopefully I won't miss anyone. But this is super exciting and a little bit sad. But as I'm talking, I want you guys to know that because today is a little different, we already know what the card is. Of course, it's the last play date. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. So don't leave when we do the activity for today, because there's a lot more that's coming after. But that's why we only have three questions this week. So hopefully we'll have some time, and I'll try not to hold you hostage any longer than necessary. But we're just going to take this at a pace that allows us to enjoy this time together. All right, so let me say some hellos here. We have Lily Valley, the first one in to say hi, and Fort, Richie Longman Tarot, or she is here, Dragorshi's Tarot. I don't know if I said that right. It's so nice that you were able to make it live, so thank you for doing that. Chris, Elemental Cartomancy, my first mod in for the day. Gigi Nilsson is here. Scott, Scorpio Moon Tarot, hello. Yep, crowd already, which is amazing. Then we have Patrice Elizer. I don't know if I actually say that right, Patrice. We're actually friends, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I should get that sorted. Neem is here, Essence 818 or 818, depending on how you like to say it. Any guesses as to what today's card will be? Y'all should know, right? Y'all should know. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Lots of hellos going on. Robin, Toadstool Tarot, happy grand finale and swan song. Aw, that's sweet. What a perfect card to our hostess and last session of this series. Now you can finally release your deck and get it back in, or shuffle it, right? It doesn't have to stay in order anymore. All right, we have, who else is here? Let me scroll in. I don't want to miss anyone if I can help it. Elizabeth, I know, no tears or I'll cry. Let's see, Simon, the Hermit's Cave. Up, Simon. You know, I had to say that at least one more time. Grun Yule, I never say that right either. Nice to see you back in here. And we have Tychen Light Moon is here. And Vintage Moon, I feel like the Empress today, full of abundance. So you know what today's card is. And so does everybody else now that I've just said that. And, oh, Anne needs some Empress energy today. We got you. We got you, Anne. And then we have Jennifer Ball's Witch House. The gang is all here. Elle is there, top mod. And I only say that, not that because I don't appreciate all the other mods, but Elle has to put up with all of the behind the scenes crap. So thank you, Elle. We have Corbin, Tail Raven Tarot. Hello, my friend. We have, scrolling, Robin Glans, which usually I don't see you here in the chat, but Robin Glans is one of my very active Instagram participants, which I've always very much appreciated. Okay, Gianna Gracia Tarot is here. Hello. And Donna Riedler is here. Oh, that was me. I nearly said hello to myself. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, wait, that sounds weird when I say Jennifer. It's just Jen. Oh no, not with the jumpy. Oh, no. I know I'm really far behind as I'm saying hi to everyone, but okay, let me get back. Okay, there was me. I had to look for the yellow. Susie Gemini is here. Hello. And Diane Wood Thrush Cottage. And let's see. I want everybody to get a hello today. White Tree Tarot, Sandra the Whispering Well, Aaron Davis. I hope it's epic. We have Pamela Ramsey saying, I just want to let you all know how much this community has meant to me. And I think so many of us feel the same way, Pamela. All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? Powell's Tarot Tent is here. Oh, love to you all. You've made my Sunday special. D Lady is here. Debbie Aquarius Owl, hello. Shanti Diva is here. Oh my gosh, how many names have I said? Gypsy in the Forest, hello. Sending love from Austin, US. So just a couple hours ahead of me then. Oh, no crying, Patrice. Don't do it. All right. Kim Moon Whisper is here. Hi, Kim. And Beth Aspasia Rising. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. It's so nice to see you back in here. And Lori Tries Life. Hello. Tammy Pie. Can't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. No. I know. I wish I could put like music on and not have this thing come down with a copyright strike. Okay, we are ready to party. Regina Tarot, I think I said Gigi Nelson, but maybe I didn't. I don't think I did, so just hi in case. Jackie Jacaranda, hello. Okay, thanks for hanging with me. We need hellos today. I need every one of you to be acknowledged. Nikki Roots is here, hi. And let's see, we're still scrolling. I think I've said hello to all those people. Sea Cat is here, hello. Vintage Moon, did I say hi? Did I say hi? But hi. Oh no. Now we got to go find Vintage Moon again because I got lost. I said it perfectly. Oh, good, Orshi. I'm glad I said that right. Way back when. Okay, I think if I skipped you and I didn't say hi again so I don't. Queen Aset Hiru, hello. And T-Cat, hi. Tarot Trainee is here. Oh, you're on the back of the hubby's motorcycle. Well, at least you jumped in to say hello. Nancy Kosher, hello. Joe Brady is here. Literally the first time here. Hey, better late than never, I say. Okay, and then we have... There's so many people. All right, so I said hi to everybody I think that I saw, but I also know there are people probably in the background who are not saying hello. Oh, there's Kristen Louise. You did make it after all. I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here, whether you say hi in the chat or not. I very much appreciate it. So big hello to everybody who's maybe lurking in the background. Mitchell Osborne, hello. I know I just spent like 7 minutes saying hello, but this is the time that we normally would have spent asking questions, and we already gathered those in our last play date. So we don't need to do that this week. All right, so here's what's going to go down. I want you guys to kind of know what's going to be a little bit different than normal. I did, Scott. I definitely said hello to you, but there you go again. So we are going to do, for those of you who haven't been in Playdate before, what we used to do, what we would normally do, is I would gather a list of 5 questions from those who are participating, and we would use those questions to answer the card that we would randomly draw each week. Well, this week, we knew, because it was the last one, we would know what the card was. So in our last tarot Playdate, in which we drew the Page of Swords, anybody have any particular Page of Swords energy they want to share? I gathered 3 extra questions that we would answer with this week's card before I knew which card we drew that time. So we had a 50-50 shot of kind of knowing what it was, but I was trying to keep it from being too rigged. And so we are going to look at, yes, the Empress is our card for today from our original tarot deck here. So we are going to talk about this card. We're going to answer 3 questions that I gathered. We're going to talk about the reversals and how we might read those. We are going to get a little tarot activity. It's just a short one this time. I won't overwhelm you like I did last week or 2 weeks ago. And then we are going to have some special extra final tarot Playdate fun. So don't bail early on the activities. A lot of you guys are like, okay, activity, I'm out. I know she'll put it in the description box later, but I got a lot more stuff planned for you and a special couple little somethings. So please hang out. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited. Shall we get to it? We have a lot to cover today. All right, my friends, let me switch over to my other chat here so I can highlight. And let's talk about when we see the Empress, what are some of the first kind of general meanings that come to mind for you when you see this card? And we're going to answer specific questions. We're going to dive into the symbology. We're going to do all that good stuff. But what are some of the initial meanings and hits that you get from this card? And let me just say again, it is so great to see so many people here for our final play date. I'm sending you hearts. I can't make a heart with a card in my hand, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so we have here from, let me see if I can start getting this. Yes, Simon, let's do this thing. Focus on beauty and harmony of our surroundings and the abundance and pleasure we experience from this group. Oh, I like that. Already applying the Empress to Tarot Playdate. Mother. Yep. A lot of people look at this card and think right away, this is the card that kind of represents the mother in the tarot. It's you. Me. I am a mother. I am a mother. And I identify very strongly as such for sure. Aquarius owl, also mother. Susie says, give of life force. Self-love. I think this is a really great thing to remember with the Empress, is that it's not always about the love that we give to others, but also the love we give to ourselves. Neem, unconditional love. Donna, nurturing, grounded. Hi, Wendy Norden. Nice to see you in here. Regina, abundance, creativity, nurturing, charisma. This is the sexy gal in the tarot too, right? And a lot of times I forget that that's sort of an aspect that she brings, is the sensuality, right? Or she says the mother archetype for sure. Shanti says Demeter is my first impression. So that's a deity of some kind. I think I know that much. Mitchell says Empress, birth, starts, beginnings, Mother Earth, nature. Yeah, I strongly identify this card with sort of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, getting in touch with nature more. Abundance, like this play date. Now, it's funny that you say that. Oh no, my chat really jumped. Jumped. We'll talk about slips of the tongue later. But does anybody remember? This is a very interesting dichotomy. Our very first play date. Oh, I forgot to do this. Look at this. The cards we've covered, the card we're covering today. We started in November of 2019. And in November of 2019, our very first card was the Nine of Pentacles, a play date I will always remember. I was scared crapless to see. I think I had like 90 people show up that day. And it was like, yeah, it was such a big deal. But I love the idea that we sort of sandwiched tarot playdate. We started with a card that represents abundance and nurturing and growth. And we're ending with a card that represents abundance, nurturing, and growth. And we'll talk more about how this impacts tarot playdate when we think about this in relation to that with the questions that were asked. But I just had to highlight that for you. And for me, really, it was very self-indulgent. D Lady says Earth Mother. Robin says satisfaction and completion. Sean, hey Sean, nurturing and powerful. Sandra says abundance and nurturing. Kristen, pleasure, lushness, emotions, Shakti energy, caring. Yes. Wendy, growth and nurturing. We definitely are getting the nurturing thing as a collective here. Sovereignty, right? So we have the Empress and the Emperor. And so we have a bit of a royalty thing happening there. Beth says care and nurture of the self, of those we love, of earth, ever widening circle of care. I like that. Okay, let's bring out our melanated classic. We have to give this its due time. You guys have probably already yelled at me to bring this back up, but here we go. And I will give you a nice close-up look of this card so we can dive into all of the symbols like we usually do. Nancy says abundance and fertility. Oh, I like this, Joe. Relaxed parenting. There is a laid-back approach to this card, isn't it? This bright sun makes her head sort of disappear in this version of the card. But, all right, Elizabeth says creativity, sensuality. Jackie, nurturing and abundance. D, plenty. Yeah, there is enough. Oh, you are sweet, Patrice. Thank you very much. I get a little uncomfortable highlighting compliments to me on the screen, but you know what? Today, bring it on. I'll own this some Empress energy. I'm gonna take her with me through the day, I think. Jenna says divine feminine. Jonathan, you made it. Nice to see you back. Let's see here. Wendy, lots of abundance, the wheat, the flowing water, the green trees, abundance all around. Yes, absolutely. Chris, creation. The Empress is the force that brings things into physical being. Erin says unhindered growth. Oh, don't jump. Come back. Unhindered growth. Oh, how far behind am I? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just want to give Elle plenty of material for screen captures to make fun of me with in any and all direction. Creative or of life or tarot play date. Vintage moon. That's cute. And strength in nurturing and empowering growth. Tammy Pie, boss lady, responsibility. Yeah, be a boss. And it doesn't have to just be a lady, right? So you guys and non-binary folks, you can embrace this energy as well. Neem says the chat is drumping. No. Okay, that's funny. I'm in too good a mood, so I'm going to easily amuse today, clearly. Anne says supporting and empowering her cohort, the Emperor. Let's see. Gypsy in the Forest says a holistic and totally encompassing love. Shh, Simon. Okay, you probably don't know what I'm shushing you for, but it's for a while ago. Jonathan says she's also number 3, representing the triple goddess Demeter. Oh, somebody else mentioned Demeter today too. Persephone and Hecate. Oh, so those are the 3 goddesses. I knew Hecate was one of them. I clearly am behind on my deity work. Mermaid Bay Tarot, hello, nice to see you. New name and play date today. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of people here today. This is awesome. We are going out in style today, folks. I hope you guys stick around. For all you folks who have come in, I got good stuff planned beyond the usual tarot play date agenda today. Thank you, Robin. I am going to take a vacation. In fact, next week I'm going to the ocean. So I'm going to sit on the beach and lounge like this. Naomi Hewitt, nice to see you. Beth says, regarding the sexy, the Empress says yes to the physical, while the High Priestess feigns a headache so she can keep her third eye focused. Yeah, I feel like there's a mysterious sexiness with the High Priestess where there's an overt sexiness with the Empress, for sure. Elizabeth says, your environment offers you the abundance you need to feel nurtured and comfortable so that you can manifest your vision in the world. Inspiration is all around you. I love that. Or she says, I also think about a safe place with the Empress. So you feel like kind of nurtured and protected then. I'm going to bring this one back up just because that one is so shiny, although it is really beautiful. She seems like Cleopatra. Yes, Lily. She totally has Cleopatra vibes for sure. I'm sure Cleopatra is the Empress in a deck somewhere. I'm sure of it. Birth and creativity, says Erin. Lori Kramer popping in. Thanks for making an appearance. White Tree Tarot says, Arthur E. Waite says, the Empress signifies the door by which entrance is obtained into this life. And then the way which leads out therefrom into that which is beyond is the secret known to the High Priestess. So kind of bringing those two together. Okay, we jumped again. It's a good thing that these highlights that I can find where I was. Susie says she's so relaxed in her motherly role. See? Beth already naming a deck where Cleopatra is the Empress for us. In the Marseille, she is not so relaxed. Yeah, the Marseille is really a different system in a lot of ways. Sean, cornucopia of abundance. And let's see, Pamela says the crown, a celestial connection. Oh, we're going to dive into those symbols here pretty soon. Grun says, does the white dress mean that wearing white jeans after Labor Day is okay? You know, I say sod the rules when it comes to the colors you want to wear. Wear what makes you happy. L, safety of self-expression, cultivation of sanctuary, both outer and inner, freedom embodied, open heart, the fortification of your heart to give and receive love to its fullest extent. That's beautiful. And that really is coming back a lot too to that self-love aspect, right? Vintage Moon. I'm an empty nester now, and I feel like this just chilling and taking it all in can spend money on myself. Oh yeah, so you're like, okay, you know what? Kids are gone. Time to pamper me a little bit, to do for me. I think we all have to have those times in life where we allow ourselves to be the priority, right? Thank you, Scott. I appreciate I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you very much. Anne says this could mean a possible pregnancy. I know a lot of people read this card this way. Some people are like, hope not. Other people like, yes, that would be awesome, right? Jenna says ruled by Venus equals love and harmony, fertility and luxury. T-Cat says, whenever I see her, I think expressing your true self and being a little wild. My gosh, now I'm getting so far behind. You guys have so many great, awesome. Did we hit? Oh, my screen right now says 78. Hold on. Oh, no, come back. I wanted to get a screenshot. Elle, if you see 78 pop up, will you get a screenshot for me? Because that would just make me happy. Thank you in advance. Wendy says, I usually only manage to catch up replay, but want to try and catch live for at least some part. I'm glad you were able to make it, Wendy. Chris says, at L described the Empress as first responder during the week in one of their posts on TPD. I thought that was pretty awesome. Not something I'd thought of in connection to the Empress before. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, L was working on doing kind of a countdown to the Empress in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. And so they were putting in like different Empress cards and some activities related to that. We were kind of aiming to get like, I think 5 or 6 activities in, but you know how weeks get. They get a little busy, but it was fun to kind of start ramping up since we knew what the card was going to be. All right, Jonathan says, where the High Priestess represents the Virgin Goddess, the Empress represents 2 types of goddess. She is the love goddess and the earth goddess, ... Left me with a cliffhanger there. We'll catch up. Robin says, the Empress is the token card of the Barca Lounger. The recliner, yeah. Mitchell says, I'm going to say it, the JJ, aka the portal into the world. You know we were all thinking it, Mitchell. Okay. I don't know why my eyes are watering. I'm fine. I'm not crying, I promise. Let's see here. Anne says the Hebrew letter Daleth, the door, the path between Hakma and Bina on the tree of life, opening the gate of heaven. I don't know how to say things right, but we'll see how it goes. I'm scrolling past the chatty chat. 5 out of 6. A 5 or 6 L. Was that setting the sights too high? Vintage Moon says full of creativity and or growth. Did I get caught up? Are we ready to look at some symbols? Jonathan says she is the mother goddess and the creator of the material realms. Okay, I think I got caught up. If I accidentally skipped, we'll blame the jumpy chat and kind of be good with that there. All right, so let's take a nice close look and let me know if you see anything in the Empress that you haven't spotted before. Like the fact that her crown is made of stars. I knew she had a crown, but I don't think I realized it was made of stars. That I feel like is kind of new for me. We know she has, so in here, it looks like she has roses on her dress, but also they have the female symbol there. We have the river, the trees, very luxurious lounging she's got going on here. The shield, the wheat. All right, now let's take a look. Why did I think, are these not pomegranates? Why have I always thought there were pomegranates in this card? I know they are in the High Priestess, but is my brain playing tricks on me? Are these pomegranates? All right, here's the Melanated Classic. Beautiful card. Those look like cups of dessert. So really similar. So what do we think all these different symbols mean? I know a few of you have brought some ideas in already. Let me see what you think here. And let me scroll back to where we left off. Yep, symbols, Simon. All right, so Simon is ready with symbols from the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith. Thank you, Simon. All right, so the scepter that she holds, the sign of Venus, combines circle and a cross, sun and earth, soul and body, Unity, the unification of sense and the senses. Elizabeth, bringing in the numerology for us. 3 is the number of Trinity, body, mind, spirit, past, present, future, etc. And then also 3 for the crown, scepter, and shield. Jonathan says the 12 stars in her crown represent the 12 zodiac signs. Oh, that's really cool. I did not know that. There's so much I don't know, but I learn from you guys every darn time. Yeah, Chris knew that one too. Okay, clearly I have lots more studying to do. And Beth, the answer would be yes, apparently, to that. Susie says her crown chakra is wide open, activated. Everybody telling Elle to get that screenshot for me that I requested really nicely, right? I asked nicely. Donna's noticing the pattern behind the red cushion. Is that something that's kind of like new that you hadn't noticed before? Let me see if I can get the focus again there. Yeah, look at that, like that black and white back there. Like this bit, wait, this side, right? Yeah, I'd never really noticed that either. And then in this card, we see that as well. It's a little more highlighted with the color. Yeah, that symbol really carries through this entire card, doesn't it? So Pamela says the pearls are a water connection. Simon says the flowered robe. So the flowers, the beauty of nature and a person coming into bloom. Oh, I like that. A person coming into bloom. White, red, and green colors, the colors of the magician and nature's green. Flowers to the people, bread and roses. I don't know if I read that inflection right. Mitchell says she has that round pillow the massage therapist and chiropractor uses. I mean, I feel like the Empress when I go and get my massage. Actually, that's not true because I usually get deep tissue massage and my therapist beats me up. But I wanted to feel like this. Erin says the female symbols on the bottom pillow. Tammy Pie says her stick looks like a maul stick I used to point with. What are you pointing at? That's what I want to know. Robin says the Empress sits still as the river of life flows ever on. So noticing that flowing river. Elle says the star with the 5 points is the life giver number, the seed, birth, reproduction. Simon says the gray heart. The gray heart. Oh, like the shield heart? The heart shield? Calmly unprejudiced, all creatures and all impulses have a chance and a raison d'existence. If the heart is of stone, individually degenerates into egoism, which has no time for others. Ooh, so perhaps a bit of a warning and some shadow elements there. It is the pomegranate in the card. Yeah, I don't see a pomegranate in this card. Do you? Robin says, if you count the stems of wheat at the bottom, there are approximately 78. You did not count those, Robin. Did you really? That would be hilarious. Anne says the Venus symbol on her shield. Yes. Jonathan says her dress is covered in pomegranates like the veil behind the high priestess. She's wearing the veil on her dress. See, that's how I've always interpreted it. But then when I looked at it close, they looked more like flowers to me. Let's see if we'll focus again. I'm doing this with my left hand, which is not as steady. Not that my other hand is any steadier. There's a reason I'm not a surgeon, but oh, come back, chatty chat. Simon, the red throne, the gray ground, red and orange equals lifeblood and passion. The Empress's emotionality, but she is surrounded by grayness. Positive aspects, impartiality. Negative, stones instead of bread, hard-headedness or hard-heartedness. Okay, so kind of bringing back that aspect there of the shield as well. Gypsy in the Forest, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's pearl necklace. Yeah, I mean, that was something that was really iconic for her. Beth says, yes, going with the idea that she is open, whereas the high priestess is mysterious and hidden. Simon, the crown, decorated with 12 stars, as in many Madonna representations, taking stars from the sky and bringing them to fruition on the earth Crown of Laurels is the Empress's task and gift. So it's really interesting because a lot of you guys, have some associations with the symbols that are different than what they have in this book. So I always find it really interesting to hear all your thoughts on this. And then the grain, the symbol of fruitfulness and reaping life's harvest, nutrition for the body and soul, feeding and caring for oneself and others, well-being, enjoyment, and feeling good. Oh, thanks you guys for getting the screenshot of the 78. I appreciate that. Thanks for all of you who are here contributing to that 78. Yes, this is totally me after a massage. Done, like flat on the floor. Have you guys seen the GIF with the girl that's being like dragged behind the carousel? Yeah, that's me after my massage. Simon, the trees in the forest, nature comes into its own. Every plant finds a place to have a chance to grow. Living alone and free as a tree and brotherly as a forest, that is our yearning. By Nazim Hikmet. I hope I said that right. White Tree Tarot says, in the teaching of Golden Dawn, the symbol of Venus represents the unity of spirit and matter because it can be drawn by connecting all the dots on the tree of life. Well, that's interesting. Diane says she wears a necklace of 9 pearls representing the 9 planets. So the 9 pearls around her neck, the zodiac symbols around her crown. So much astrology in this card. Elle says the coloration of the card with the browns, oranges, and yellows reminds me of de Saint Croix's Queen of Pentacles. Yes, my favorite Queen of Pentacles, I think, so far. Simon says the waterfall, the river is connected with its source, and yet at the same time, it flows and foils. Yeah, the book says there are flowers on the dress. It's interesting because we all see it a little bit differently. And I know for sure I've seen depictions of the Empress where there are pomegranates involved. I cannot be making that up, right? Let's see here. Robin Glenn says the 12 stars on her crown represent also the 12 months of the year. She is the Empress of the seasons. That is another great observation. Oh, let me highlight that. I don't know why I didn't highlight that. And yeah, Kristen's like, they look like flowers. Nancy says, I always saw pomegranates. This is the debate of the day, apparently. Flowers are pomegranates. All right, Simon, you did a great job of like prepping all of these from the book here. The color yellow, the sun, awareness of one's consciousness, the highest and holiest, search for meaning, but also envy, gold, greed. To be continued. Oh, I knew what that meant. The negative aspects come back here. Back towards the sun equals repression. Positive lights up the other side as well as reliable awareness. Jonathan says, I always thought that they were pomegranates on her dress with the Venus symbol being the stems. And I think that's totally a way we can look at this for sure. Or she says, one of the trees looks like a hand holding a green globe. Ooh, let's take a close-up look. Let's see what she's talking about here. See if we can get the focus again. We got to get in on the face. Oh, this one right here. Does that look like a hand maybe holding up this green globe? Is that what you mean? Me too, Robin. Yeah, at least it's not like a stressful one. Mermaid Bay Tarot, waterfalls are continual, rushing waters symbolizing perpetual refreshment and life-sustaining nourishment. And Robin Glenn says the river stands for flowing life force. So much. Yeah, way to make it through the book there, Simon. Congratulations. All right. So are we ready to look at the alternative decks? So I randomly selected 3 decks to go with our 3 questions that we asked. And my randomizer really seems to like new decks that I add to my collection. So the first one is a brand new one that I haven't even really properly looked through yet, which is, okay, some of you might be anticipating this one arriving soon. I have the Deviant Moon Tarot, the new limited paradoxical edition. If you wanted this and didn't get your hands on it, I apologize now. But we're going to take a look at the Empress from this particular card here. If I can find it. Now, it's a little bit tricky now that I kind of think about it. We'll have to see how well you guys can see with this new coloration. I can always pull out the original if I have to. These are the backs of this new edition of this deck. And here is our Deviant Moon Empress. So we're getting a little bit of a different vibe. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up close right away so you can take a nice good look at it and tell me if anything jumps out at you that you see different. So we have the moon card in here. She doesn't look quite as relaxed, right? Okay, so that stem of that rose or tulip or something, it feels like it's attached to her. Now I do have like the big book, but I know there's some Deviant Moon fans here that might be able to bring us some interesting insights into how this card is depicted. Chris says, is it already out of print? So he did a limited print run of 500 decks. So he sent out a newsletter, then they were all sold out, but they held back. In the last newsletter that I got, he held back about 32 of them. So there could be people that were waiting that have already snapped it up. I'm not really sure. Robin says, I love this version of the deck. Let's see here. I love the bag, says Mermaid Tarot. Jackie says, naked. Yeah, there's certainly a vulnerability in this card for sure. Yeah, Beth is like, what is she sitting on? I feel like, is it just like maybe stone, like a stone bench? Is kind of what it looks like there. Mitchell's noting that she's looking left or back in time or to the past. Susie says, worldly. Or she says, I see blood, the flower heads reminding me of life force. Ooh, I like that one. Jenna, you said you got number 500. How did you know that? Let's see here. Robin says, this version says to me, don't get yourself in a twist. I see where you get that. Vibrant power to the strategy, says Lily. Erin says, yes, her tail looks like it turns into the flower she's holding. Perhaps that's a bit of the self-love element coming into play then. Love the pink pet thing. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's kind of attached to the back there. Chris says, there's a hesitant look on this Empress. Book says it's because she is scared about leaving her life of freedom behind. She's worried about having to be a responsible parent. And it's interesting too, because like in the death card, when the child that's been born is like trying to go climb back up into the womb, which was something I learned after reading the book when I was visiting Simon in Nottingham. And I'd never really thought about it like that. It's like, wait, this is a big, scary world. Let me back in, right? So she's kind of on the other end of that fear, the hesitancy of going through motherhood. So that's interesting. Let's see. Beth says, this card confuses me. Why is she looking backward, looking at the past? Well, I think some of what Chris just said with the book really makes a lot of sense, right? It's like, ooh, I was kind of safe. That was wait, this is my left, right? Well, she's looking left. You guys are facing me, so I'll just pretend that's the left. This mirror image thing or non-mirror image thing. But the comfort of the past, right? Perhaps there's like a hesitancy to let go of those comforts and move forward into new scary things. Erin says, I'm getting Alice in Wonderland, Queen of Hearts vibes. Thank you, Lily, for sending me the screenshot. I'm going to have quite a few screenshots. That's going to be really fun. Kristen says, is that a serpent? Butterfly Magic with Hot Tea. Hello, hello. Nice to see you in here. Oh, the number's on the bottom of the box. I think it says 500 for everyone, Jenna. Because mine says the same. So, I was wondering about that, though, when I saw it. Sorry, I don't mean to spoil your fun. That was what a spoil sport thing to do was. Today, I got the devil card for my advice, so clearly I'm just here to mess with y'all. So, Nancy says, the flower, it is attached to her, symbolizing growth. Oh, I like that. The whole idea of personal growth and personal development, something I'm very passionate about. She's kissing her pet. Maybe. I guess I don't see it as a pet, but I get why you look at it that way. I like this too as a potential answer, or she is maybe looking back where she came from, what she's accomplished, what's got her to this place where now she can be nurturing and caring to others, right, from her own experience. Anne says, I just received this deck. The book says she is newly pregnant, looking over her shoulder at her life now left behind. And then Jonathan says she has multiple breasts, so she can mother many babies with breastfeeding. Yeah, taking care of all of her children. Gypsy in the Forest says, I see lots of sharp edges as opposed to the roundness and softness of the original Empress. Yeah, and that's something that's always a little bit, with this deck in particular, it's like it is. There are a lot more sharp angles, which kind of send a bit of a different vibe and maybe poke into the shadow just a little bit more. Naomi says in the book, she's sitting in her garden throne that emanates from her own body. She is one with nature. Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Tammy Pie says, looking at the past, the Empress was not always the Empress. Is it such a great job? You know, with great power comes great responsibility, and sometimes that's a real pain in the ass. The checkered floor, like a chessboard. Yeah, so she's got to be strategic in how she does all of this. I know. I'm sorry. I spoiled Jenna's fun. I feel kind of guilty about that. Sorry, Jenna. Love you. Sorry. Mother of Dragons. Okay, so let's answer our first question of the week. And this one was given to us by Lily 2 weeks ago. So, how can we celebrate the last tarot playdate? Well, already we're, of course, mid celebration, but how can we apply the Empress to the how we can celebrate the ending? Now, I want to be careful because we have another question related to tarot playdate. So let's kind of focus this one on it being the last tarot playdate. So what does this card tell us about this being our last tarot playdate? I'm going to kind of bring it back to sort of what I said a bit ago, is I feel like it's such a wonderful wrap or ending to this whole journey that started with the Nine of Pentacles. You know, here we started, right? We all had our we were all excited about starting this. I'm just go ahead and just speak for all of us, but mostly me, right? I was excited to start this, you know, feeling really excited about the community, what we're about to grow, what we've already grown, right? And then now, but this is really independent, whereas this feels like it's more nurturing and community focused. So here it's kind of starting off as sort of an individual and now bringing it around and to the end and recognizing that it's been because of all of us being connected that has made Tarot Playdate what it is. I know that sounds a little fluffy, but you know, it's going to be that kind of day. All right, let's see what you guys think here. Oh, for whom it was 11/11, I hope you made a wish. All right, let me see here. What did you guys have to say? Erin said, oh, I like this because of looking back. Look back and celebrate how far we've come, right? Creating a nurturing, welcoming atmosphere here. Oh, I love that. Antoinette, nice of you to stop in and say hello. Elizabeth said, be creative, have fun. Yes, and we are being a little creative today. We got some special things for later. Naomi says, there will be further growth on the back of this playdate. Yes, yes, yes. Kim, nice to see you. Oh, that is very sweet. Thank you. I like this, Jonathan. Endings are just beginnings in disguise. That is so true. I love that. This is why I embrace kind of like the death card and transformation, which is it's that kind of a year for me. So the fact that Tarot Playdate is ending in my death card year kind of makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Aw, thank you, Gypsy Tarot or Gypsy in the Forest. Jackie says, we can look back and see how far we have come forward in our tarot cards understanding. Yes. How much have I learned from all of you? So much. Donna says, let's look back with joy and pride in how far we've come together. Richard Boo, hello. Nice to see you. Abundant life. You know what? What have we built for ourselves in this time? Erin says, and after the looking back, this card specifically moving forward and creating the next thing. Yes. Lily says, let an eye to the path done and wrap yourself up. Yeah, give ourselves a big hug, I say, right? Nancy says, growth of knowledge and community. Now take the seedlings and plant them. Oh, I love all of this so much. Kristen says, the moon is a waning crescent, just like today. Close one door so you can open another. So you guys are all seeing this as an opportunity to create and move forward. How better to celebrate the ending of something than by starting something new? That's fantastic. The Bachelorette's offering us a rose. Yeah, you got to accept it though, right? She can't just offer it. If you don't take it, if you don't grab that abundance, right, then it's kind of lost. Anne says, we are just at the beginning. We can look back and see how much we've gained from the past, ready to move forward. Yes. Chris says, lots of us will feel sad that the 78 tarot play dates are over. Like this Empress is sad, a change is going to happen. There's much excitement to look forward to, and we get to apply what we have learned. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next card. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay, the next card I have for us today. So this deck has been a recent favorite of mine, and that is the with the shiny letters. The light is catching that. There we go. The Tarot of the Abyss by Anna Turian. I think this has made one other Playdate appearance so far. This is a black and white deck. Available mass market, so I won't be mean to you like I was by showing you potentially a deck that is unavailable. Oh, let me get back to the chat here too. Oh, I'm getting warm in here, folks. All this excitement, all these bodies in the room are heating up my room. Uh-oh. Dropsy. All right, so here is the Tarot of the Abyss. Here is our Empress from this deck. See if we can get some focus. Looks like she's got a bit of a rounded belly as well. Also, I feel like really flowing with nature, connecting with nature, really giving me, more, I think, of this kind of vibe, but an even more relaxed and natural and connected way. She's not just kind of sitting back on her throne, right? Okay, let me scooch over so you can see this card a little bit better. All right, let's see what you guys have to say about this. Oh, Robin saying in relation back to this one, she's sitting on a chessboard kind of looking back over the moves she's made. Yeah, that was a good observation there too. Or she says, can't wait to get my hands on this deck. Yeah, it really needs to be available. I know we were talking about this a little bit in Simon's Cup of Ketchup yesterday, and Anna made an appearance yesterday too, which was fun. T-Cat says, the question is so sad, but I would say that the Tarot Playdate created new knowledge that we can now nurture and see how it will bloom in the future, answering our last question. I love that. Lily says, I love this deck, Tarot of the Abyss, my last purchase and gift. Oh, that's nice. Everybody's saying, I love this. Patrice, a drop C. I mean, we couldn't have Tarot Playdate 78 without a drop C, right? Chris says, she is one with nature. Like, that's the instant hit and vibe I get from this particular card. Mimi's Tarot and Gems. Hello. This deck has the best card stock. Still waiting in the UK for Amazon to deliver. Yeah, it is a really easy read. And there's some great stuff in the book, too. Lily says, she is the womb of creation. It does look like nature is like sort of flowing out of her, doesn't it? Sandra says, if I see this in Glastonbury, I will get it. Yeah, I recommend. I really like it. Erin says, the lack of color makes me really want to color her in. I've seen people do that before, like take a black and white deck and color it. Elizabeth says, just bought this deck. Beth says, she looks as wild and free as the wildflowers. Yeah, this card always inspires me to want to get out into nature. Jonathan says, this is Gaia who birthed all life. Yes, it is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to get us straight to the question. I want to make sure we have time for all the fun stuff I have planned. So from a couple weeks ago, Gianna Gracia Tarot asked us, how can we go through difficult moments in our life? Oh, is this not such a perfect card to answer that question? How can we go through difficult moments in our life? T-Cat asked for another close-up. Heck yeah, you can get another close-up. I am here to make this a good experience for you today. So she's got kind of still a bit of a crown, but looks like it's made of like wild berries, doesn't it? Yeah, and her dress, like she looks very much, especially like right through here, right? She looks so connected to, like she's cradling nature and her belly at the same time. Those vines make it look like she has a leg tattoo. So let's see what you say here. Lily says, incarnation of all seasons, autumn at trees, and spring on the dress. Yes. Hey, Renee, the tarot magician. Nice to see you. Jonathan says, with ease and grace, how we can get through those difficult moments in our lives. I have some thoughts on this too, but I want to see what you guys have to say. Erin says, idea of you create your own reality. I like that. Donna, by practicing self-care. Yes, be nurturing to yourself. And oftentimes, if we find that we lead with kindness and nurturing and caring, the difficult moments, even though sometimes it can be tempting to dive into anger and frustration, disappointment, all of those negative feelings, if we can really focus on where we can find the compassion and the love and nurture ourselves and those around us, those are going to be the things that help propel us forward. Tammy Pie says, look at what has been successful before. Yeah, because she's also got a bit of a head lilt to the left, doesn't she? Beth says, realize that sorrow and happiness, like the seasons, is in continual flux, right? That's just part of the natural flow of life. Or she says, being gentle with ourselves. I feel we often think we need to toughen up to deal with hardship, but caring for ourselves is important too. Yes, yes, yes. Powell says, like a breeze, this too will pass. Nancy says, being one in nature, learning how to hold on and how to let go gracefully. Naomi says, find solace in what you have discovered and learned. L, don't give up. Even if you feel you're getting tangled up in all the vines and thorns of the world, look forward. There is always hope. Anne says, embrace all of the possibilities of life and encourage them to flourish. Embrace your potential. Elizabeth, look at your surroundings. You have the support around you. Have faith. Is anybody else feeling like warm and and fuzzy with all of these answers? Like, I don't even know how I could feel bad right now with all of these. Lily says, accept messages of nature. What forest spirit people? Gratitude for Mother Earth. That was another thing that I wanted to say is like, find the gratitude, find the things that make you feel connected and grounded with yourself and who you truly are. Because a lot of the stuff that makes things difficult is what's sort of happening around us or to us. And so if we can find that center, that place where we feel most at home and most at ease with ourselves, that can help a lot. Scott says, we go through difficult moments in our life by taking care of ourselves and being respectful to others and remaining positive as much as you can, right? It's okay to recognize the reality, but looking for those opportunities to grow and connect, I think, can really make a difference. Gypsy in the Forest says, love yourself as a mother would love. Chris, this card would suggest that we are more in control of our lives than we give ourselves credit for. We shape our world around us. Grab that bull by the horns and give those difficulties a good old flying kick. I mean, this Empress, she can be a bit of a badass when she wants to be, right? Dee says her foot looks planted firmly in the ground. Try to ground into earth and nature. Yes. The perfect card for Lugnasad? I don't know what that is. Feel free to educate me. All right, my friends, we've got one more, and then we're going to get into some extra Playdate fun for today. Is that Llamas? Okay, and that's what Jenna was saying earlier as well. All right, this is a deck loved by many, seen many times around the tarot sphere. We're going to end today, our final tarot Playdate card that we're going to look at. That sounds so weird to say. The Lightseers Tarot Empress. And I have the mass market here because it's in order, but I have my independent version there. That one's all shuffled up, and I did not want to put it back in order. So we are using this one, but it's pretty much exactly the same. All right, let's take a look. I think we will probably have mixed feelings on this particular Empress card, but I like it. All right, so here we go. Tell me what you think of the Light Seers Empress. I love the full moon in the background, and then I wonder how many dots that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was hoping it was 12. Sorry, I got distracted. I rabbit trailed myself there a little bit. She looks very calm and peaceful to me. Is that kind of what is that fish flowing from her? And then the earth is her belly. So definitely to me screams the Mother Nature vibe in this card for sure. All right, Erin's helping me out here. Lunagasa is the midsummer harvest celebration of the pagan calendar wheel. Clearly more things for me to learn there as well. Erin says, this is gorgeous. Paul loves this whole deck. Elle, boo. Yeah, that's who I know. Elle does not love this card. Or she says, I adore this Empress. Butterfly Magic says, feels like the end of an era, yet the Empress generates new beginnings. Exactly. Let's see. Gypsy in the Forest had said, Tara, we all need to learn to mother ourselves. It took me all 64 years to learn that. Seriously, sometimes I feel like I'm so far behind. And then I'm like, I want to tell all the younger people, like, okay, here are the lessons I've learned. So you don't have to work so hard, right? And these are some answers from the previous questions while you guys are looking at this card. Elle had said, find the people that see you, the people that are stopping you from seeing your authentic self or holding you back. So how to get over the things that discourage and disappoint us. And TCAT had also said, showing compassion toward ourselves and giving time to those birth pains that difficult times often bring, but are always worth it, right? All right, what did you guys say here? Oh, Mitchell's doing some fun math here. So if you said you started in November of 2019, and I'm doing my math correctly, the gestation period Empress instigated of this playdate is 22 months, like the major arcana. Well, how about that? That's very cool. Thanks for that. Tammy Pie said earth and ocean. Naomi says she looks like she is looking after herself as well as the readiness to look after new life. Elizabeth says, Jen, you will be a walking dictionary for the tarot from now on. You've read so many interpretations from us and also from different books. Wow, the knowledge you have now. Yeah, if only all of it went in. I'm going to have to watch these back like 3 more times. Ow. Oh, so Beth's not a fan of this card either, huh? Oh, and D. Oh, we're gathering people who are resistant to this card. Is there any shadow poking happening here? I mean, I'm just saying. Anne says, expresses that wonderful maternal expectation and oneness with the world. All right, so let's just take this straight to our question from TCAT from a couple weeks ago. And this is a great one to end on. This is our last question, but we are not done with Playdate by any means. I know I keep telling you this, but I don't want you to miss the fun stuff. All right, so what valuable lesson have we learned from these tarot playdates? And we've kind of answered that a little bit in the first question, but now let's focus on, rather than this being the last playdate, let's focus on playdate as a whole. And I love the fact that we have like a world, like everything sort of coming to fruition, right? The 9-month gestation period, usually that it takes to birth a baby. And our first card was a 9. Huh. Look at me doing smarts. So anyway, I'll do anything I can to kind of like wrap it all around again. Mitchell says, I love numbers. Me too. As you can see, I was just playing with them. Robin says, now you can spend the next 22 months compiling the tarot playdate notes into a companion book. You know, it would probably take that long, Robin. And then I was really disappointed. I stumbled on a playdate where I forgot to turn on the live chat replay. I think it was the Page of Cups. So thankfully at that point I was using StreamYard and still highlighting most of the comments. But I was like, no, because I can't turn it on now. I was very bummed about that. All right, let's get to seeing what your answers to this question are. What valuable lessons? How to grow together, Susie. I think one of the really valuable lessons is that by bringing so much collective, knowledge from all across the world, that has helped us all grow in our journey. And I don't need to mean to speak for everyone, but at least for me, this has definitely helped me grow in my tarot journey in a way I never could have imagined. And I imagined it would do that, but it has far exceeded my expectations in so many ways. Beth says, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. I don't like the card's depiction. You're allowed. Tammy Pie says, we've learned that we all have a place in tarot. Yes, definitely. Yes, Lori, the Nine of Pence was. So you were kind of with me when I was saying that. Donna says, to answer the question, that together we can create something really beautiful. Absolutely. Debbie says that it is a small world. We are from all walks of life with a single purpose. Mitchell says, how to take care of our world and ourselves collectively. Yes, yes, yes. Or she says, there's strength and safety in community. Erin, oh, I love this one. Hold on here. We are all children of the tarot. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? I love that. Nikki says, I'm fairly new on my tarot journey, and this pushed me further than I would have been able to on my own. Like, same, right? When I started this, I was only like just coming up onto like a year, probably about a year and a half on my journey with tarot, because I started in 2018. And so to kick this off in November of 2019, I knew that I was not going to be able to teach people the tarot. That was never my goal. My goal was to bring all of our collective knowledge and play together so that we could learn together and grow together. And I think whether you're just starting, whether you've been on it for years, getting a newbie's perspective, getting those close-up looks and spotting that something new in the card that we've never really noticed before, having the debate about the pomegranate or the flower, like these are the things that help us all grow. And so many people have brought knowledge that never in a million years, the mythology, the esotericism, you know what I mean. The numerology, the tree of life, the Hebrew, like all of that has been amazing. All right. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. All right, Elizabeth, we are not alone. We are community. These playdates have helped me a lot. That's wonderful. Simon says, when we sat and discussed this before its inception, the hope is that this is exactly what it would achieve, a community resource when people from all walks of life could offer their insights. Exactly. Lori says, we are all children in this world working together. And that, all the love, all the hearts. Robin says, the best way to learn by sharing others' experiences and observations. Yes. And we've learned that we have received information and understand that we can bring into the world with confidence in our readings. And we can carry this forward and bring this forward and share that with others, right? Even just the little things like, I remember one time Elle brought a quote forth in Playdate that has stuck with me ever since. And there's lots of little moments like that. But like, for example, we have survived 100% of our darkest or hardest days. And when you get sometimes a hit like that, you're like, that just changed my life. Like I have life-changing moments from tarot Playdate. So y'all have nurtured me is what I will say. Oh, Beth, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I'm not going to cry. Chris, we have everything we need within us. I have to say this is so true. I've learned so much from these tarot playdates, not just by academically studying the cards, but through the conversations and different views by all of the amazing playdaters. I couldn't say it better myself, Chris. T-Cat says, Oz, all your answers were so lovely. Oh, my Pisces heart goes all mushy. I love this community. Thank you so much, Jen, for being here. Oh, thank you, Chris. I am grateful for everybody who has shown up, who has stuck with me since the beginning. We've been through some hard times, and the fact that you all are still here and so many people have joined. And when I looked back, excuse me, I looked back at the first Playdate and I saw how many of you were here in the first one, the first two, the first five. I was like, so many people. It was amazing. Let's see here. Elle says, I learned that abundance is a good thing. Yes. Gabby says, this is my first play date. I will rewatch the earlier ones. Yeah, then you'll get to see the boring old format that we do, Gabby. We're changing it up a little bit here today, but I'm really glad you were able to make a live one. Robin says, the play date opened a tarot playground, which will never be closed. Oh, that's so cool. Tarot is life-changing. It has been my very best counselor for decades. And someday I'm going to get to be able to say that. Right now I'm still at years, but I look forward to being able to say decades. Not alone. We are out here. Yeah, right? Elizabeth says the best thing is also that no one has tried to teach us the meanings. We had taught each other. It has been an open climate, no one judging you, very warm and welcoming. That was very, very much my goal, Elizabeth. All right, so we're going to do a couple more things that we usually do on Playdate, and then we are going to have some extra fun, and hopefully it won't take us too long past our normal time here. But let's talk a little bit about when the Empress is in a reversed or blocked position. If you don't read reversals, which many of us do not, what do you do when you see this card show up in a place of blocking energy, that it's a challenge or it's a what not to do, perhaps, right? So what do you all think of when you see this card inverted? But I'm going to read, while you guys are giving me those, I'm going to read some of the catch-up stuff here. Erin had said, so many Empresses with pregnant bellies, which is lovely, but I also enjoy seeing Empress cards that show an actual child with the Empress, the brand new mother versus an experienced mother imagery. Oh, that's a really great point, Erin. Oh, I'm glad you popped on, amazing ASMR. Oh, you wanted to finish your thought from 2 weeks ago about why you wanted the Empress to be the last card. Oh, do tell. Do tell. Jonathan says, I love that the last card shows the globe. Let me pull that back up here really quick. Just trying to figure out life and how to live our best life while pulling each other up. Yes. Amazing ASMR says, with regard to the Empress being the last card, you've created something special and helped us be co-creators in this wonderful process. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say how much we appreciate and love you. Okay, I said I wasn't going to cry, but thank you. I love you back. Okay, all right, so back to the reversals. Let's get back to this so I don't start. All right, poor self-care, says Kristen. Thank you, Kristen, for bringing me back on topic here. Overly sacrificial. Naomi says creative blocks. Pal says dig deep for the resources needed. Beth, reverse could mean not nurturing yourself or closing off love toward others. Capricious. Ooh, that's a good word. I like that. Overly emotional. I don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm the reversed Empress. Oh, no. All right. Chris says, I always think of Demeter stopping the... Okay, I can't read. Okay, stopping the crops growing when Persephone is taken to the underworld for reversed Empress. Oh, yeah. I actually recently, now that you mention it, this is why I'd heard of Persephone. I sometimes watch this channel called, it's something, I feel like Jenna shared it at one point, Jennifer Ball's Witch House. It's like a mythology type channel. See You in History is what I think it's called. See You, like the letter U. And they share a lot of like mythological stories and stuff. And I think I recently watched a video about this. Susie says, inverted, birthing anything can be hard work. Kristen says, personal valuable lesson. You offered your support in caring for my mother. You're an Empress helping me care for my own. Oh, thank you, Kristen. You are doing such a wonderful job for your mom. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Gypsy in the Forest says stifled creativity. Oh, Mitchell, pumping out babies when you don't want to, social stigma, like feeling like you have to be a mother, right? There's a lot of expectation that comes for women sometimes. And a lot of times as we get older, people, aren't you going to have kids? When do you want to have kids? The expectation that you're going to have kids. Like we need to stop expecting those things of others and let this be a natural process, right? Donna says, ooh, this inverted could be smothering as opposed to nurturing. Same D says smothering, mothering, stagnant sacrifice. Beth, I have mascara on. Thanks, Al. You're so sweet to me. Just the sweetest. Tammy Pie says, holding in feelings that should be released. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Jackie, amazing ASMR totally got me. Robin says, never stand on your head when you're wearing a dress. I'm not good at reversals. But Robin, I love that you look at these the way that you do. Scott says, reversed, an overprotecting mother, overbearing person, or micromanager boss. Positive in reverse, needing to let go and needing to take care of yourself. Yes. Gigi says, my favorite Empress is from, oh, I lost it. The Tarot of the Kingdoms. I don't have that deck, but saw that card. Now I always think of her. She is literally the land with all the plants and trees. Yeah, I see. That's why I really love this depiction of that as well. Erin says there is another mother archetype called the devouring mother. Think like evil stepmother or controlling parent mothering. Mothers who never let their children leave. Also goddess Kali, right? So we have to be really careful not to delve into the super shadowy aspects of this because, you know, some of us have some wounds from that kind of mothering. Robin says, reverse, she can represent slow growth or decay. She can become overbearing and smothering other people with too much attention. She may become attention seeking, feeling unwanted and alone. Boy, you guys brought it with the reversals this week. Oh my gosh. Withholding love and affection. Chris won't be doing any cartwheels at his wedding because he doesn't want to have his kilt fly down. He's upside down. Tammy Pie, over controlling parent. Jonathan, she becomes lazy and indulgent in luxuries. Donna says unwillingness to grow and develop. Oh my gosh. Okay. Mitchell says trying to keep the baby inside, not allowing what you are ready to give birth to be released, who you have planned or needed. Yeah. So, again, it's that looking to the past without opening the door to the future. Ooh, is she more Queen of Wands reversed? Ooh, interesting. Maybe she's using her sexuality and power for not the greater good, but maybe for selfish reasons. Gabby says one is blocked, does not live, tries to control everything. L, preparing you to be a dependent, not interdependent. Or independent is probably what you mean. Is that what you mean? Donna says disregard for nature. All right, my friends. Okay, so I am going to give you an activity, but the activity is not the end. Have I been clear about this yet? The activity is not the end of Tarot Playdate today because I have some special things, but this is a quick one and I will post it in the description box below this video. Oh my gosh. I always get a little stuffy at Playdate, but today it's worse. Oops. Okay, let me pause that. All right. The activity for the Empress is a quick one. Now, this came from the focus that I sort of had. You have to remember, when I created these activities, this is before we had done all this work together. These were created well, I didn't create all of them, but these activities were created in November of 2019 in the 24 hours before Playdate. So forgive them if they're a little goofy, but this one is called Connecting to Mother Nature. So take your deck into nature if you can. Or surround yourself with plants or flowers, or pull up a picture on your tablet or PC. So I'm trying to not be ableist about this, right? Like find a way that makes you feel connected to nature. Then go through your deck and pull out any cards that remind you of the beautiful scenery near you. It doesn't need to be literal. So this is just taking a moment to just really sit back and appreciate who you are, where you are, and what your environment is. So that's the activity. But now let's get to some really fun stuff. All right, let me catch up on the comments here, and I'll tell you what's next here. Oh, Gigi had another reversal, withholding nourishment, infertility, or drought. Erin said, I associate Major Arcana 3 with Major Arcana 13, balance of life and death, another nod to Demeter and Persephone, the underworld, overgrowth without harvest, suffocation, choking out, too much abundance. Yikes. Get a face mask. There you go. Luna Wolf, Woods of Wisdom Tarot. Hello, hello. Well, you know what? At least you were here for the last one, and I'm glad you said hello so that we know that you're here. All right. So what's next? First of all, before I proceed with this, I want you all to know that whether you have watched and lurked the entire Playdate, whether you caught 1, whether you caught 78, whether you've participated, whether you haven't, every single one of you to me, and I know this sounds super cheesy, but I swear I mean it, is a Tarot Playdate VIP. This just would not have been possible without you. However, when I think back across the 78 Tarot Playdates, there are just some like standout contributors who have really brought something. Butterfly magic. I lurk a lot, but there have been some standout contributors who I've really seen some sort of themes develop with. And I just thought it might be fun to share those with you. But please, as I present the people are these little Tarot Playdate VIP awards. If you have a VIP in Tarot Playdate, if somebody has really contributed to your learning or your experience, please feel free to shout them out in the comments here today. I want us to celebrate what has made this such a fun experience. Okay, so first of all, let's see. I want to thank the person who has had to hear most of my brainstorming, who was with me in those 24 hours before Tarot Playdate, who has been my most active mod in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, and without whom I may not be sane. So let's all give a big tarot. Oh, let me take that banner away so you can see the whole thing. A big shout out to my top mod and brainstorming buddy, Elle. So what you're seeing on the screen here is a caption where Elle was bringing in the song game, which actually way back in the day, Heather Carter had actually started this in the Facebook group, and Elle picked up that torch and kind of carried it, always posting my links for me, keeping things going in the Facebook group. And I just want to shout out Elle and just say how much I appreciate you. All right, let me get back here. This flipping back and forth is getting a little crazy. All right, so oftentimes we have somebody here in Tarot Playdate who always has a really fun way of looking at the cards and interpreting them in a really literal or punny way. Do any of you know who this might be? And I need to get my chat up here. Toadstool Tarot, our Robin. Like, for example, here we're looking at the Ace of Pentacles. So Toadstool Tarot, Robin, you have always brought the most literal and punny interpretations. And it's something that I've always enjoyed. Sometimes I'm kind of like, oh, wow, that one was interesting. But for example, here in the Ace of Pentacles, manifesting material good from a cloud of confusion. You know, really looking at the cloud, the hand that's extending from the cloud. I just always appreciate how much you are able to look at the images and really read them in an intuitive, creative way. I'm just checking the chat just to see if you guys have any thoughts. Oh, let me see what Neem said here. I'm actually highlighting compliments, which again is very uncomfortable for me. But Jen, you have delivered with the help of your support team. Yes, thank you. You have officially delivered a fully developed, healthy idea into the universe for us and many others to enjoy. Thank you, Neem. I really appreciate that. All right. Okay. No tearing up. All right. Next one. I have another tarot VIP I would like to highlight. And I actually don't know if she's here today. And she has been at almost so many of our playdates. So hopefully maybe she'll watch it back. But we have one playdater who is so great at always contributing questions when I say, okay, I need our questions for the week, and who is able to articulate the most impressively lengthy and often astrological based questions. Anybody know who I might be talking about there? And that would be our Emily from Emily's Tarot Magic, winning the award for most impressively lengthy questions here on Tarot Playdate. And here's a great example on the screen. How can we step more into our authenticity and allow ourselves to shine bright without feeling the need to shrink ourselves to be agreeable for others ahead of the new moon in Aries? And this was just like a perfect example of an Emily question. And I have such a fond place in my heart for these questions that Emily has brought. You guys are like, yep, Emily. Lily says, be out of control of emotions is best way to appreciate this moment. You know, I'm feeling more emotional as we go on here. Gigi had a shout out. Okay, where's Gigi's shout out? Let me go over here. If you could maybe tag me in it, I'll use my... So, Al, if you want to tag me with Gigi's shout out, I would appreciate it. Oh, I meant Emily when I said Elizabeth. Okay. Let me know if I missed anything. All right. I got another one, another VIP for you. Again, all of you are VIPs. Please don't feel slighted. These are just ones that came to mind. So we have another playdater who is often quiet throughout playdate, but always shows up at the beginning, often contributes questions. And whenever they present a question, it is almost always thinking of the greater good, thinking outside of themselves, how we can be of service to others. One of the most loving hearted people in our community. And that would be Patrice. Patrice is just always thinking of the greater good. And in fact, the play date that I took this screenshot from, where Patrice asked, how can we help to create a world with more equity? I was actually wearing my No Justice, No Peace t-shirt, which was hilariously funny. I was like, all right, Patrice, we are on the same page. But I just want to thank Patrice for always demonstrating how to be and think of others outside of ourselves and how we can be of service to others. So just saying, we got to send the love back out. All right. So Gigi had said, my shout out goes to White Tree Tarot. Her insights were always especially illuminating to me. So shout out to White Tree Tarot. Thank you, Gigi, thank you. Thank you, Gigi, for that shout out. I very much appreciate it. Oh, and thank you very much. The most deserving VIP. Thank you for everything you've given us. It's been wonderful. Seriously, I could not have done it without you, though. Okay. Lori said, Jennifer Ball's Witch House, so dependable and insightful. Absolutely. Sorry, it's hard for me to like click back and forth to the comments. If I miss something, do let me know. We love you too, Patrice, as you can tell. All right. The next tarot playdate VIP is always bringing the ultimate contributions. Anybody know what I mean by that? Who is our ultimate contributor, right? So I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Simon for always giving us the meanings. I was going to hold up the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but you cannot see me on the screen. Bringing, and as you saw today, typing those all up. And we have had backups when Simon hasn't been able to make it. Jonathan's done this for us. Elle has done this for us. I feel like there have been some others too, and I'm sorry if I'm not remembering exactly who did that, but just a big thank you for that. Let's see here. Simon. You guys all guessed it before I even brought it up, right? Scott says, Kristen has given so many great interpretations, as have all of you, but she always makes me think of the cards in an insightful and thought-provoking way that I would not have thought. And Kristen was definitely somebody that came to mind for me as well, because I think Kristen's never afraid to look at the shadowy things, look at the areas where we have to dig really deep and improve, and has been really vulnerable and gracious in sharing those things. And I just could, in all honesty, the reason I didn't have a VIP is I didn't know what to call that. So thank you for mentioning Kristen for me. I appreciate it. All right. I also want to say that we have a member here, and we actually have lots of people who do this, but there's just one that comes to mind because he does this not only here in Playdate, but on his own channel. So there's a hint for you, but always really bringing some cleverly insightful meanings and interpretations to the cards, you know, looking at the imagery, not so much in the literal way like Robin is always so great at, but kind of in his own way and twisting it and bringing something deep to it. Do any of you know who I might be talking about there? Elizabeth says, I want to give a shout out to Jonathan Daly because of the interpretations he has on the tarot. Absolutely. All right. So just in case you guys don't know who I'm talking about our Chris Elemental Cartomancy. You know, here I am holding up the Hermit card from the Tarot de Saint Croix, and he noticed that window that you see up there in the top right of the card. He says there appears to be a window in the card here. Look for those windows of opportunity and use your knowledge of self to act when it's right for you. This is just one tiny example of some of the insights and really clever thoughts that Chris has brought to Tarot Playdate for us. See what you guys. Susie says, shout out to Jackie for always being so welcoming to everyone. Yes, Jackie is so great at welcoming everybody in any live that she is in. Ah, you guys figured it out. Twisting, Chris? Let's see. I just want to make sure. Chris's Tarotpedia. Yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't checking out his Marielle series, you definitely should be. Let's see here. Yay, ditto about Jackie. Hearts to Jackie. Yes, thank you for that. That would have been a good one. I should have thought of that one. Okay. The next one, and I was so pleased to see that they made it here to Tarot Playdate because lately they haven't been able to come as often. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And you guys have already kind of been one step ahead of me on this. But we have one playdater who's always bringing the esoteric meanings, the mythology, always talk about stuff. I have no idea what it is. So if he had not been here, I would not have known. So a big thank you to Jonathan Daly for always bringing those esoteric meanings, the mythology, and of course, all of the other insights that have come along with it. So here's a great example in the Seven of Wands where Jonathan brought to us the esoteric title of the Seven of Wands is Lord of Valor. Valor is strength of our mind and spirit that enables us to confront danger, or simply put, bravery. And that is just like classic Jonathan right there. So I had a shout out all ready for him also. Elizabeth and Jennifer Ball's Witch House for threatening those who haven't done the thumbs up. Well, speaking of Jennifer Ball, our most TPD spirit. I mean, come on, cheerleader Jenna is a thing for a reason. And I just really appreciate the enthusiasm. Whenever I see it, although I don't always acknowledge it, because again, I get a little funny about acknowledging people who are cheering and shouting me out. But I just really appreciate it because seeing that enthusiasm always makes me smile. Always makes me remember that we're here, we're having a good time. So much appreciation for that. All right, I have just a couple more, but please, again, if I didn't shout you out, please don't think that I haven't noticed or appreciated you, but we could do this all dang day, which is why I'm glad you guys are bringing some shout outs of your own. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm like my voice. All right, the next one I don't have a picture on the screen, but does anyone know who our most organized tarot playdater is? And you all might be tempted to say me, but it's not me. There is somebody who one-ups me, who has kept track of tarot playdate from the very beginning, who has kindly shared with us their fantastic spreadsheet. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Is it Neem? You might be onto something there. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing of beauty that Neem put into our Tarot Playdate Facebook group, right? Showing all of the cards organized. Now, you're looking at like one tab of this fantastic workbook, Excel workbook. There are actually multiple tags or tabs organized in different ways. But of course, Neem is always bringing welcome insights as well. Neem, OMG, no. Sorry, a little attention on you. I know you love it. All right. And then let's see. I think I have one more, and then we're going to get into something fun. Okay, so this is a special shout out for those of you who have really contributed to the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. You've done a much better job than I myself have, and I have very much appreciated it. Now, I have put your YouTube names in here, not your Facebook names. It is a private Facebook group, so many of you may know who these people are. But now, sadly, the Tarot Playdate Facebook group will not let me sort and show who my top contributors were since the dawn of Playdate. So this is from the last 28 days. But I really think that all of these people have been really consistent for quite some time. So I just want to say a big thank you to the people that keep the Facebook group going for me. We have Oak Mama, who's always sharing thoughts. And I see Oak Mama participating in other Facebook groups too. I don't know where you find the time, but I so appreciate that you share the love in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. Queen Osset Haru, who has been not with us the entire time, but ever since she's joined us, has been a really awesome contributor. Donna Riedler, Kim Moon Whisper. Kim probably likes more posts than anybody else, as you can see on here, which I really love, but also will share really cool things from her practice. And Ann Fort, who's been very consistent, both in the Playdate Facebook group and here participating in the lives. So, okay, so those are just some really special shout outs that I want to give. But thank you to every single one of you. All of you, if I were to scroll through, I could probably find ways to say thank you to so many of you. But hopefully you guys understand why I picked these particular people to just kind of highlight, because they've really helped kind of build the structure and the foundation that is Tarot Playdate. Okay. Let's do something else fun now. But if you have any other shout outs, let me actually scroll through, make sure I didn't miss any, but feel free to keep shouting out anybody you want to, thanking anybody you want to. You are more than welcome to give them the love here today. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do now is, I mean, it wouldn't be a grand finale if we didn't do a giveaway. I mean, for all of you who are here, now here's the thing. You have to be here, and you have to be here at the end of Playdate, which is going to be probably in the next 10 minutes or so. We'll wrap this up. But I would like to say thank you to all of you for participating by giving you a little something. Now, this is something I pulled together fairly quickly. And what I would like to do is, because the Empress is the third card in the tarot, I am going to have 3 winners of the giveaway if you want to participate. And you will get to choose whether or not you want to participate based on the prizes I'm giving away. And I won't be offended if you are not interested. But what I wanted to do is give away 3 tarot decks that I don't really work with that often, but all have made appearances in Tarot Playdate. So I felt like that was kind of appropriate, right? So if you would like to enter the giveaway, just type here in the chat, enter when you decide, and our L, our top mod, is going to very quickly gather those names for us so that we can give those decks away right here and right now. So you're not going to have to wait. These are all used decks because they are coming from my personal collection. So if that's something that you don't really love, you know what? I'm not gonna be offended. But here is what we have to choose from. So the first name that we draw today will get first choice. So it's going to kind of narrow down the options for sure, and second and third. So make sure you like a few of these decks when you enter. We have people that are ready to enter right away. Elle, I hope you're ready to go. So the first deck that we're going to give away, or give the option, I'm going to show you 5 decks. So I have the Healing Light Tarot, which has made an appearance a few times. Now, this deck is modified by me. So if you choose this one, just be aware. So this is the deck that has the silhouettes, and it has the Venn diagrams, you know, where the light intersects. This is edged in a bright blue. Now, when I shuffled this blue came off on my hands at first, because one night I spent like shuffling it right after I'd edged it. I don't think that happens anymore. These are the backs, but this is one of the decks to choose from to give away. Oh, Elle, I hope you're all right there. The next one that I have, now this is a deck that's been coveted by many. It just hasn't really been one that I've ended up using. The box is a little bit dinged up because it's a tuck box, and I kind of suck with tuck boxes. But this is the Revival Art Tarot. And this is, I believe this is the first edition by Taroko Studios. So this is a deck that's created with like historical art that has been then converted into tarot cards. It's really beautiful. It just doesn't read very intuitively for me specifically. So this will be one of your options. And for those of you who maybe haven't seen it, these are the backs, fully reversible, as you can see. Okay, that's number 2. So I hope you guys don't mind that Tarot Playdate's running a little long today. It is the last one. So you know what? It's my party, and I'll either cry or run late if I want to. All right. This next deck, I've been really on the fence about, but I just feel like there's somebody out there who will appreciate it just a little bit more and use it a little bit more as it deserves to be loved. I have the Rain Coast Tarot limited edition borderless. So this is, and he's put out a lot of different, Christoph James has put out a lot of different editions of this deck. This is the one that has these red backs, borderless cards. I have edged it in red, as you can see. So this has got really funky artwork. I remember we had this deck for the Devil card, if I recall. Am I recalling that right? Yeah, to this day, I will always remember this devil kind of peeking out from behind that pillar. So if you like quirky and kind of creepy and edgy and bright and colorful, this might be a deck you'd be interested in winning. Okay, and then I have 2 more that you'll get to choose from. I have here the 4th edition Alchemical Tarot by Robert Empress. Again, the tuck box on this is a little bit beat up. I love this deck. I have since obtained the 5th edition that has the more matte cardstock. But, you know, there's something to be said for free tarot deck, right? So these are the backs. This deck has made an appearance in Playdate quite a few times. It has an alternative Lovers card. I tend to have the sexier Lovers card in my version of the deck. But if you guys haven't seen this gorgeous deck, right? So I'm sure you guys have seen this. So this will be one of your options as well. And I have one more, and this is a behemoth of a deck. So, you know, if you're international and you really want me to spend a lot of money on this shipping to you, please feel free to pick this one. And this is one that really, I ended up pulling it out of the Playdate mix, but I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. And that is the ginormous Alchemical Visions Tarot. This is a beast. It comes with this like huge guidebook and these huge cards, and they really have kind of a scientific, but do you see how big these cards are? Like, this is a tarot. So it is huge. It is often an altar deck or a study deck. It's got so much stuff in each of these cards. So if you really like to dive deep and dig into all of the possible symbols, then these are some options for you. Oh, you guys are saying such nice things. All right, so those are the 5 decks. And we're going to give Al a little bit of time to catch up with everybody who has entered. So you probably have just a couple more minutes to enter so that Al can catch them. But here's a recap. 3 decks that I'm giving away today. First name drawing gets first pick. That's just sort of how it has to go. We have the Alchemical Visions Tarot. We have the Alchemical Tarot by Robert Empress. So 2 Alchemical Tarots. We have the Rain Coast by Christoph James, modified by me. We have the Revival Art Tarot by Taroko Studios. And we have the Healing Light Tarot. So hopefully you guys have all figured out that you just have to type enter. So while Elle gets caught up writing those names, I'm going to play a little something special for you. I have a special video that I create. Well, I didn't create it all by myself. Elle is so wonderful at going through and finding clips for me. We did this about a year and a half ago. And then they've done it again recently. And as you know, Elle loves to screenshot when I say funny things or make funny noises. So I'm going to share with you about a 5-minute blooper video that should give Elle enough time to catch up, get the names written, and for us to get the drawing set up so that we can give away these decks before we leave today. So hang out for 5 minutes and enjoy the show, my friends. It's coming. TK Tech or 5 spa day. Excuse me.
Unity, says Naomi. Emily sees the Big Dicker. The Big Dipper. Oh no. Oh no. I know what's coming. Shoot. Okay, I think I'm going to turn about 7 shades of red right now, so don't mind me. All right, I know I'm gonna hear about that from Elle for like forever, which is why I'm crying. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna go back to reading these while you guys lose your minds about my little slip of the tongue there.
When I stacked the cards, oh, here's a by Jillian Wild, the lovely Jillian Wild. Oh no, black packages. All right, I rescued it. How do they even package that, you guys? Oh my gosh. All right, we're two things thrown so far. Hanging out at some of these vendors. Oh my, that's 3. Anybody drunk yet? Okay. God, that's 4. Is that 4? Who's keeping count? This is becoming now a game for me. I suddenly, this is ready. Definitely let me know. Oh gosh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, keep the camera. All right, so, and I dropped things.
I'm all kinds of gooey emotional, which is, oh, I just dropped all my cards. But oh man. I just made such a mess. I'm gonna try to shuffle this the long way. I can do it. Nope, can't do it. Already got cards on the ground.
Earlier, I guess on Sunday, I dropped cards. So if you've ever been in here, if you've ever watched one of my videos where I try to show cards, every time I drop a one more, and I dropped one. I feel like this belongs in this collection video. Leave the book on the floor. Yeah, this is what you come here to see, right? Me dropping cards. This is about, oh, you guys, just leaving it there, which also must mean it must be my favorite, right? It just. I just dumped all the cards. I know I have a thing about dropping cards, but that was pretty spectacular. What is that? These are flying out of the box in this beautiful arc and now have splatted to the floor. You guys, I'm not even 4 minutes in. No, I'm not even 2 minutes in, and I just threw my cards flipping everywhere. You know, we're just gonna call that my trademark because. And I've been toying with the idea of putting a table here so this doesn't happen. Maybe I should consider that. I haven't been saying any of the artist or author's name. I was just shuffling and shuffling as they were telling me I dropped a card. You know, oh, I'm dropping cards. Ah, dropsies. I didn't get to see a lot of the cards throughout the week because I usually pull them. I dropped something. Let's all fall over from surprise because that's what I do. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain to get out of the box. Oops. There we go, dropping things.
I almost ordered the big tarot deck. I can't do that. I committed to a deck. Well, I could actually, but all right. So that's one other deck. Let's see, what else did we see? The Fountain Tarot. Simonich favorite. Oh, the dropsies. Oh no. Okay, I can find this in here. The rest of them will probably stay on the floor until after this video is over. They're called a whoopsie. There it is, you guys. It's just a little one, though. It is just a little one. I don't know. Maybe I dropsies this on purpose. Waiting in expectation for Jen to drop this card. I almost feel like I should just do it, just to get it over with. Oh, there it is. And Jen's not even here, the other Jen. Oh no. Okay. It's a good thing I don't do jumpers. Okay, I just want you to see the back of my head a couple times. I was wondering what card we're gonna get. Oh, dang it! Even with a table, that's what happens when you bottle it all up. Okay, seriously. Okay, you know, all right, I'm not gonna watch the chat. I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing.
So this one is the dark moon, the void, and then you have, well, it's been a few days since I did a dropsies, but that's way down there, so I'm not gonna get that. I have like a whole setup here, so it's not happening. But that was new moon beginnings, so I really hope to be able to report back on that at the end of the year and say that I actually learned how to use these because I dropsied a room. Pretty typical here on my channel. All right, I'll get that later.
Now, if only I could figure out how to turn this thing off. I'll get there. I'll get there. It really does not want to end. I literally just...
That is a trip down memory lane, is it not? And, you know, in all honesty, that dropsy count stopped in somewhere around March of 2020. I actually, you know, ended up putting that video together after like hitting my 1-year channelversary. But I think a lot of you didn't see it, and I thought it might be fun to bring that forth again today. just, I helped make that video, but Elle found all of those clips, or a good majority of them. So, I can count, I can count on Elle. All right. So while we were entertaining you with some old Jen dropsies, which does not happen as frequently anymore, I've gotten maybe a little bit less nervous over time. Who's handing their newborn to JBT? I have never dropped a baby. Just knocked on some wood there. Yeah, I have a table now, so things don't. Yep. We dropped to the deck. Knocking on that wood did me absolutely zero good. Okay. All right, my friends. So let's do a giveaway, shall we? All right. So our L has put in, it looks like we have 39 names who have entered here. So I'm going to quickly update my little formula that you'll get to see here. I'll share it with you in a moment here. And the number that's on the screen does not count because I have to have, the formula has to do something. So let's, no, I did not do that on purpose. I'm not that clever, Robin. All right, so let's share here on the screen. Let's share a Chrome tab, our Tarot Playdate Google Sheet. All right, so hopefully you are seeing the sheet. There we go. Okay, just want to make sure that was showing up. All right, so Elle has put in, thank you, Elle, all of the names of those entering the giveaway. So when I type something in here, the number in the yellow box is going to update. We're going to find out who's associated with that number, and they get first pick. So tell us what deck you want so the remaining 2 people know which decks are available to them. And then send me your contact information at my email address, jensbalancedtarot@gmail.com. No spaces, no apostrophe. You can also find it in the About page here on my channel. So let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to type in a 1 and let's see who we get. So our first winner is number 20, which is Susie Gemini. So Susie, which deck would you like? And just like that. So once again, we have the Healing Light Tarot. We have the Revival Art Tarot. The Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place. The Raincoast Tarot by Christoph James. And the Ginormous Alchemical Visions Tarot. So congratulations, Susie. I hope you're still here to tell us what deck you would like. Alchemical Visions. Ooh, Susie's taking the big one. All right, so that one is now off of the table. I need to remember that. Elle, will you write that down for me? Thank you. I know I asked so much of you, but I appreciate it. All right, let's do this again. Let's pick our next winner. So winner number 2 is Orshi from Dragorshi's Tarot. I actually already have Orshi's address, so that makes that nice and easy. So of the decks left, Orshi, would you like the Raincoast Tarot, the Alchemical Tarot, the Revival Art Tarot, or the Healing Light Tarot? And if the one that you wanted was picked and you don't want any of these, you are welcome to pass, but you are definitely not required to pass. So we'll give it a few seconds for the chat to catch up here and see which deck Orshi would like. Who I just love watching Orshi's channel. It's always so much fun and so sweet. I don't get to do it a lot. I miss a lot of the lives, but all right. I'm going to take another sip of water. We are almost done, folks. We ran really long today, but thank you all for sticking with me. Revival Art, you really wanted that one. Okay, that is working out perfectly. Okay, we have one more winner, and then we will be wrapping up Playdate. All right, so let's go over here and put in winner number 3, 21, Nikki Roots. All right, Nikki. Nikki has been one of our quieter participants. So, all right, Nikki, what I have left, hopefully one of these was maybe one you were interested in, the Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place, the Raincoast Tarot by Christoph James, and then the Healing Light Tarot. I've never said who it's by. It's by Christopher Butler. 2 of these specially modified by me. So Nikki, let us know which one you want. And let me go ahead and stop sharing that screen. Okay, so while we wait for Nikki to tell us which deck she would like to have, this is when I say one more time, thank you all for making Tarot Playdate the amazing thing that I feel it has. Oh, I forgot to show. This is what we're doing. That's a banner for what we're doing. But I just really appreciate. Oh, okay. Nikki picked the raincoats. Perfect. Thanks for, helping me kind of cull my collection a little bit. But thank you, every single one of you who has been here at some point or another, who has contributed in whatever way you have. I am so, so proud of Tarot Playdate, what we've done together. Now, a lot of folks have asked me what's next, and I have talked in the past about doing a Tarot Playdate 2.0, but I haven't yet really come up with that thing that I feel like honestly takes the place of what Tarot Playdate is. And I don't want it to be a rushed thing. And in all honesty, I have loved doing this. I've done this sometimes when I was really sick and I probably shouldn't have. Don't go back and watch the world card. I'm just saying. I think I got the most thumbs down for that one ever as I was coughing my way through it. But I'm going to be taking a bit of a break from at least sort of this regular live stream thing. Oh, thank you for putting a link to my Gmail address in there. I really appreciate that, Al. You guys have been amazing. Thank you to Simon also. I didn't really, I've talked about this before, but the whole concept of Tarot Playdate was conceived while I was sitting in Simon's living room as we were talking about, oh, I would love to do like a live series. And Simon says, it's so great to do something where we talk about the symbols in each card, and then it was born from there. And so Simon has very much been a part of this journey. As you know, Elle has been a part of this journey, and so many of you have been. And I love you all. Thank you. I just keep babbling because I'm afraid to hit the end stream button because then it's really over. What's next on my channel kind of remains to be seen. It's going to be sort of a low pressure thing for a little bit. I do have some video ideas that I'm going to be putting out. Oh, I do want to tell you there will be a live here on my channel at the end of August. So the last Sunday, which is the 29th, I'm actually going to be having Jessica Ricchetti, I'm not quite sure how to say that correctly, on to talk about. She is the author of the Wisdom of the Shadow Oracle deck, and Patrice's wife, Vernetta. You guys have not seen Patrice on YouTube, Vernetta on YouTube. We have seen Patrice on Richie's channel. But she's going to be on talking about how she uses that deck in her work. So in a few weeks, we will be back here live. It'll be a little bit later time at 1:00 p.m. Pacific time on August 29th. So I'll see you back then. But thank you all so much for the love. I'm going to have to go back and watch all of these comments back because I think if I tried to read them out right now, I would just cry. So I love you all. Thank you so much for making Playdate what it's been. And I look forward to seeing you around the tarot tubes. And I will be keeping the Playdate Facebook group going for a little while because I know some people are still watching and catching up. So if you want to come in, if you're watching later, if this is the first one you caught and you're going back and you want to play, you want to share the activities, you want to share your favorite cards, please feel free to keep coming back. And I'm sending you all, so much, all these hearts and emojis. All right, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you. And I love you. And I'll see you around. Bye.